Live from the village in the sky, this is Soft Power Hour. Welcome everyone to the Church of Soft Power. My name is Siobhan and I am a co-founder of this lay-led church for the spirits of creativity, connection, care, and change. Soft Power Hour is our live stream service gathering every other Monday here on Soft Power TV for an hour of connection with our community, breath, bodies, and spirits. And I'm joined live tonight by my fellow founders, Flo, Midori, and Dr. Kiki, who will now tap us into the soft power frequency.
Hello, everyone. I'm so grateful that we get to gather tonight after such a beautiful evening that we spent together last night. And we'll be able to cover a little bit more of the alter ego drag show Summer Lovin a little bit later. But just wanting to share that I was so incredibly inspired by all of these performers, all of the art and heart that was shared. It was truly so grounding and also uplifting in all of the ways that I needed it to be, to remind me of the power of my voice, the power of my creativity, and what we can do for one another when we take those chances to be seen, to be visible, exactly who we are authentically, and really share our soul's unique frequencies through our art and just as we do, as we live each and every day. So connecting a lot today with the heart space, I would love to invite us to connect with the ah vowel, which in the vowel toning system that we use in the Soft Power Choir, we use the ah to connect more to this energy from the heart. And so if you'd like to place a hand there, we will chant or sing or hum a tone 3 times, and you're invited to join in unison the very first time to harmonize our frequencies, and then feel free to express any other sounds on the second and third times, whether that's in harmony or any other expression that might be needed for tonight. So placing my hands here, taking a nice deep breath from the belly, inhaling together. And again, calling in any supportive energies for this call tonight, for this gathering, bringing in another fresh breath. And on this third time, I'm connecting with the sensation of gratitude for this community, for all the folks who come in and out of the Soft Power universe, who have inspired me, this team, to keep showing up as our authentic selves and expressing through our voices, our breath, our bodies, and connecting here tonight. You are now tapped into the soft power frequency. And to continue, I'd like to share a song today, one that I think many people will know. It's called We Shall Overcome. And this song was originally written by Reverend Charles Tindley. And I think we'll get those lyrics pulled up in just a moment so everyone can join in. We'll sing these 4 verses. We shall overcome, we'll walk hand in hand, we shall all be free, and we shall live in peace. But before I do so, I just wanted to share a little bit of the history of this song and how it has come to be the version that we know of it today, or that is generally performed today. So Charles Albert Tindley composed this originally as the title I'll Overcome Someday in the early 1900s. He was an African-American Methodist minister and gospel music composer. And Lucille Simmons then in 1945 took this song and adjusted it for and adapted it for a labor strike in Charleston, South Carolina. She was a tobacco worker and is credited with changing the song to "We Will Overcome." And then that song was then adapted again by Zilphia Horton, the music director of the Highlander Folk School, which played a crucial role in the song's development, who then shared this song with Pete Seeger, where many of us and probably our parents really have heard this song performed a lot. And that was popularized during the Civil Rights Movement, really to focus on the race relations within the United States. But as we know, globally, what is happening around the world, this song felt very close to my heart as I was considering what was really wanting to be expressed when I imagine all oppressed peoples around the world who have been affected by the violence and the over-militarization of the United States. So feel free to join along. There is one short phrase in the middle that I think you'll pick up quite quickly. And let me just get my note here first and we'll get started. Please join in. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we'll walk hand in hand someday. We shall all be free. We shall all be free. We shall all be free someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall all be free someday. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall all be free one day. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kiki, for that voice medicine, for that educational moment. Someone who grew up in a labor union family, I love and live for all the chants and the songs. So I learned something new today, and I always think of my nana, my grandmother who adopted my dad. She would always sing some like all the like picket line songs. So thank you for that. We're gonna absolutely change the vibe now because we got what? Range here at Soft Power Hour. So now that we're all warmed up and cozy, it's time to receive a little bit of art because we really just going to keep throwing it back to Summer Lovin yesterday. It was a powerful ceremony experience through just so much fun and laughter. Like, I dare you to watch that and not laugh or smile at some point. It's just such good heart medicine, like Kiki was saying. And since this is the show and service hosted by the founders, I really want to highlight two performances from two of our founders tonight. And so the first one is from Midori, and I definitely encourage you to watch the full show. It's on our channel to hear more about what this meant for her, but the show in general was intended as a spell to break the curses of the heteronormative, individualistic kind of love that fuels this individualistic society, capitalism, all of it. All the messages are very loud and clear throughout that. And I think, yeah, it was just, there's no words, so go watch it. But first, sit back and receive here, bringing it on stage, less with the intention of the hype that we had last night and more of just sinking into it. And I especially wanted this for people who are seeing it for a second time. Maybe a lot of us watched it already a second time last night after the show. But yeah, I just really wanted to honor the art that was made because, as Midori named it for the drag shows, this really has given artists a kind of concrete task and project with a deadline and a deliverable that is a stretch, that as people who are deconditioning from capitalism and the ways that we're told to hustle and just get things done for the sake of it, this has been really working that muscle of a relationship to sourcing our creativity from a deeper devotion and a deeper meaning and following through on something, not because somebody made us, but because it came from somewhere else. So without further ado, we have Mistress Mimi taking the stage.
Movie star, all eyes on me. You got me feeling like a movie star. I can be a fantasy. Cut the can, roll the scene. Give me my line of tell me. I can play anybody. I can be a fantasy, 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 fantasy. You got me feeling like a movie star. All eyes on me. You got me feeling like
In the silence, I come back to myself.
Give it up for Midori. I love how this is kind of the like silence of coming back to ourselves after yesterday and how lively it was. So, passing it to you for your weekly oracle. And I don't know if there's anything else you want to say, but the story in the background she gave is really meaningful and really tells a story that you can see that lives in the Church of Soft Power in the way that Midori has led us all. So, go check that out. And here's Midori.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. I'm noticing in the past my body would like be so frozen rewatching something that I've like that it shows a part of me that I've created, and I notice my body is way more relaxed. So that's really cool. Like I was able to watch it without as much of an inner cringe. And so I speak to that in the drag show and how I can see my growth as a performer, in my capacity to like be visible, and like the inner shame part is not so loud. So that's really cool. So today I am pulling from the Energy Archaeology deck. Per usual, shout out to Ashley Stinson. This deck has been holding us down for as long as we've been streaming, since Moon Day Grounding. So let's see what the cards and the spirits have to say. Card today is belonging. And that is associated with the sacrum in this system. It says, your sacrum, a place of confluence, accepts only your belonging, so you can accept and embrace it too. Anatomy. At the base of the lower back is a large curved triangular shaped bone called the sacrum. It is initially composed of 5 separate vertebrae, which fuse by the time you reach adulthood. It articulates with the iliac bones at the sacroiliac joint and forms the rear of the pelvis. The coccyx sits below the sacrum at the terminus of the spine. The energy. 3 energies weave together at the sacrum and flow into the sacral canal to your central energy column. You, a sovereign being with unique gifts and talents for this incarnation, are at the center. Your matrilineal and lunar energies are to the left, and your patrilineal and solar energies are to the right. When you look at the energetic role of the other bones of the pelvis, those that articulate with this bone and those that flow energy toward it, the air element nature of this bone becomes clear. It is aligned solely with your energetic belonging. Wisdom. Your sacrum is a place of confluence, but at the same time, it is a gatekeeper of your sovereignty. Consider the left. See and feel the energy of your mother line, the flowing of generations before you who have born and birthed so that you may be here at this exact place and time within this lineage. Feel the container of the wombs that have held you, the breast that has nourished you, and the hands that have helped you. This matriarchal caretaking has woven you into a tapestry of wisdom. Consider the right. Feel the rhythm of generation after generation of your paternal lineage. The structure and cadence of the patriarchal thread that has brought you to this point, this place of belonging to the earth, this dimension, this time, this body, this family. Now look down and recognize that first and foremost, you belong to yourself, fully supported by the blessings of your whole and healed ancestors, held in the embrace of your community. This place of coming together accepts only your belonging, so you can accept and embrace it too. The questions associated with this card are: what does belonging mean to me? Where and with whom do I feel I most belong? What would it look like and feel like to belong to me before I belong to anyone else? And what would it look and feel like to belong holistically in relationship with people, resources, and nature? I am feeling the integration of yesterday's show and soft power really is my story of belonging. That's really what I feel like this community is about. And the story I keep hearing from so many people that join us is like, and I'm just going to speak to my experiences, like every time that I feel alone, I remember what we are building here and it comforts me. And also my personal relationships with the founding team, as well as like my friends and what I'm building in my local community. And it feels sometimes so surreal because I think I look at the world and I see like so much violence and families getting torn apart. And it's so odd holding like the joy and the grief all the time, and what that means to expand my body's ability to hold both, my consciousness's ability to hold both. And I think last night was such a big example, and there's so many examples of that, like with soft power, that where I'm just like, dang, this is like beyond my comprehension of what we're all here to build together. And that to me is what the soft power frequency is finding people who do have aligned values. And that was what was so cool about last night's show, is everyone had this story through line of coming back to ourselves and loving ourselves and being in community over the heteronormative like relationship escalator of getting married and having kids and being isolated into a nuclear family. And that like is healing so much in me to just feel dropped in to the possibilities that we're weaving here together in the virtual, and that it's possible through the virtual space, because we all as a founding team came on facilitating events virtually, and now I see y'all as my chosen family for real. So just grounding into that belonging frequency, and grateful that I pulled this card so I can release some tears that need to be shed. And that is my share for the evening here.
Thank you, Midori, for that card. And what comes up for me when I think about belonging is so much of this journey in the last 5 years, really in 2020, having this moment where I was confronted with being reunited with biological families that I had been separated from as an infant through adoption. And I have this fly that's here with me tonight. So I'm thinking it's one of the ancestors that's just supporting us tonight. But getting very cozy. And yeah, to go back to these reunions that really kind of broke my sense of self open, and cracked some things open that I had never really had a chance to explore before. Prior to 2020, my sense of belonging was attached to a narrative and a life journey that was only informed by my upbringing, which wasn't inherently bad, but just only one version of myself, and was coming from a place that wasn't rooted in my ancestry, in really where I come from. And so in the last 5 years, being able to collect more data and more information about where I come from, to really get to build relationships with my parents, my siblings, and start to rewrite those narratives, rewrite my own story, has been really major in my ability to rebirth myself and transform myself, and to show up here as part of Soft Power. And the relationships that I have here with the founding team are so major to my ability to trust myself as I am rewriting my story and creating new pathways and timelines that I never had imagined before, because I was only seeing myself through this one by this one mirror. And now that I have this, what we call a disco ball here at Soft Power, a disco ball of mirrors of all of these different artists and creatives that I look up to and I'm inspired by, I'm seeing a different reflection in the mirror these days. And I'm seeing that my heart is asking for different things. My gut is telling me to do different things. And yet I'm so grateful that I have this landing place at Soft Power where I can come and be reminded that I can trust myself, that my intuition and the work that we do with the voice and moving our bodies and Qigong and connecting to these ancestral practices is so key to my own healing of my childhood traumas, and just moving not past, but moving through that healing to a place of integration where I can really imagine a future that is so much more beautiful and liberated and abundant than I had ever imagined before. And I say that with, all of the awareness of what that means to build together. And that's what's so beautiful about the community that we have here, and what I've experienced being part of this founding team is that we have been in this now for a few years. And what we've done in those few years is really build our relationships. And what that requires is a lot of honesty, a lot of transparency, a lot of openness, and moving through a lot of the contractions of what it means to be in relationship with one another, as we are also all transforming at the same time. And so it's so beautiful that we can continue to strengthen our bonds and feel that sense of belonging continue to grow, and see our community growing and feel the frequency growing as we continue to connect deeper and show up in more authentic ways. And so I'm just grateful for this place, our Village in the Sky, Soft Power TV, to continue to show up and to be inspired by and to hear stories of folks that have been touched by the frequency, because it only encourages me to go deeper within myself and to dream even bigger for the future, for myself, my family, my chosen family, and for what is really possible in this world.
Thank you both for sharing these. And I don't think I'm going to cry, but I might tonight too. Just, yeah, this is a come down. And last night was belonging, really was the word, I think. I texted Midori last night, I think, like, the things that I imagined were possible and likely for my life are changing. And it's really trippy to catch up. It's not like a linear process. It's kind of just like always swirling and really dependent on where we choose to put our focus. And I think when I come to these spaces, I'm able to be centered and look at it and like consent to where I want to go. And that's what's taken me through a lot of change as well over the last few years. And yeah, last night I was just really thinking that this dream, that like my childhood dreams are back on the table, is what I've just been really feeling this year. Things that I really wrote off as not even that they weren't possible. I think I didn't even desire it. I wasn't even aware of what I truly desired out of my life, because when I had been thinking about what I desired for my life, the kind of sad but real thing for many people is that they were basic human needs. And that's just the facts in the world right now, is like we are like globally being denied basic human rights. People are being denied it. We sit in an extremely privileged place here, and that's why we try to show up and share this frequency and give opportunities to experience belonging and liberation and connection and all of that, with the hopes of not even just hopes of just knowing what it's done for us and feeling like, okay, we just have to show up and do this. And that belonging is magic. It really is powerful magic. So thank y'all for, just the belonging that we found in each other. It's really been life-changing. And with that, I'm going to bring Flo to the stage. Flo, it's your segment. You don't have to share on this if you don't want, but Flo's going to reconnect us with our breaths and our bodies for a little bit after those tender moments.
Thank you, mothers, for sharing your heart and the soft power frequency with us all. Hi, everyone. It's Flo, and I'm going to guide us through actually 5 exercises to ground us into our bodies, to move our spines, and to continue expanding our hearts to receive and expanding our spirits to the soft power frequency. I'm just going to turn off my my camera sensor motion thing. And so 3 of these exercises will start seated in our chairs. I'm just looking for a song to play in the background. I'm going to play the song Kokoroko Home. So let me just play that in the background. It's going to be on repeat for the next minutes. Okay. So let's start seated in our chairs, on the ground, wherever you are. I'm going to place our hands on our thighs, starting with some seated cat-cows. We're going to extend. Inhale to extend our spines. Look up towards the ceiling, towards the sky, towards the sun, the moon. Exhale to round your spine. Contract, look down to the ground. Exhale and let go. And inhale to look up towards the sky, moving at the pace with your breath. Inhale to arch your spine, open up the chest, open up the heart, open up the throat. Exhale to round the spine. Breathe into the back of your heart. Contract, let go of the breath. Inviting any audible breath. Breathing in. Inhale to expand, open up, moving at the pace of your own rhythm. Exhale to round. Just inviting some spinal movement to wake up the spine, to clear the energy in our nerves and the nervous system, to help us realign, to come back to our bodies, come back to our spirit. Let's do 3 more rounds here. Inhale to look up. Exhale to round. That's 1. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. 2. Final 1. Inhale to look up. Expand with your breath. Exhale to round. All right, let's come back to neutral. Let's bring the movement up to our head and neck. Actually, let's do some shoulder rotations. Okay, now we're going to bring it up to the head and neck. We're going to look down towards your thighs, towards the ground. Breathe into the back of your neck. Inhale, just slowly look up, opening up the throat. One more time. Inhale, exhale to look down. Inhale to look up towards the sky. Just the neck, focusing on the neck and the head. Let's come into neutral. Let's look left to right, looking over your left shoulders. Switch to your right shoulder. One more round, looking to the left and looking to the right. Let's come back to neutral. Let's drop our left ear to left shoulder. Stretching, breathing into your right side of the neck. Breathing in ease and spaciousness. All right, you can come. Let's switch sides. Dropping the right ear to right shoulder. Releasing any sighs, any audible breaths. You're safe to release. You're safe to let go. Let's connect all 4 directions. So drawing a rotation with your head and neck. So inhale to look up towards the sky. Exhale to look down towards the ground. So at least 3 rounds in one direction and then switch. Staying connected with your breath. Okay, last time. Okay, come into neutral. We'll move into our 3rd exercise, which is the heart book opener. So we're gonna place our hands on our head. Let's open the book of your heart. Let's close the book, kiss the elbows. Inhale, open up the wings, open up the chest, the heart. Open up to expand, and then exhale to close, round the spine. So bringing in that cat-cow, that spinal flexion and extension. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Moving at your own pace. Inhale to grow big, open up the wings, open up your book. Exhale to close. Last time together, wherever you are, open and then close. And then 2 more exercises. You can stay seated or you can stand up. I'm going to stand up for this one. Call this the standing eagle wings. So imagine your wings, your arms as wings. We're just going to open up. Actually, I'm gonna sit down. Just going to open up the wings. Circular motion with your arms, opening the shoulder joints, expanding the range of motion in your shoulders. Let's go backwards and forwards. Okay, you might want to get up. So opening your wings backwards and forwards, really focusing on heart openers. And then just any fluid motion, maybe some spinal circles. Watch while we end our movement practice there.
I'm going to invite people to keep moving, staying connected with our bodies. Thank you, Flo. I'm going to play this song by Dr. Kiki, and we can just keep staying connected with ourselves. I needed that. Thank you so much, Flo. Here we have chorus lyrics and a song by Dr. Kiki, recorded by Dr. Kiki.
How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? Yes, how many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? Yes, how many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many years can a mountain exist before it's washed to the sea? Yes, how many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? Yes, how many times can a man turn his head, pretending he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? Yes, how many ears must one man have before he can hear people cry? Yes, how many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How
I didn't end it prematurely, did I? Was it looping? Okay. After that, I was like, wait a second. Thank you for that. The movement flow combined with the vocals. We're at our testimonial portion of the hour, and let's be real, this whole thing was a testimonial tonight. It might always be, but in the spirit of testimony, we're going to highlight the other founder that created a performance for Summer Lovin last night. And this one is so rich with detail. I love the way that Flo creates, mixing in memes and memories, and just curating this whole swirl of a vibe. So rich in your story. And just like I said with Midori, please go watch and hear what Flo said, because Flo came on after and gave us a sermon that I gotta clip that too. But here we have, oh, I'll introduce first with the alter ego. An alter ego, as defined by Dr. Kiki, is a character, identity, or aspect of self wanting to be loved and liberated through creative expression. So we call our drag shows alter ego drag shows. That is the kind of like curriculum that we have behind the scenes, is really about these parts that want to be seen, loved, and freed. And so Flo did that last night. And here we have Miss Cherry Wu.
All I do is me now. I ain't got nothing left to prove to you. No. So let me take away your pain, give me all of your emotions. Land it like a plane on my back if you can't hold it. Life is but a dream that you manifested slowly. So fuck a fantasy, this your motherfucking moment. It's your motherfucking moment. It's your motherfucking moment.
I done worked so hard, I fucked around and bought a hamstring. No, I wasn't lying when I said I do my damn thing. Hopped out the whip at the function like it's nothing. When it come to money, nigga, they ain't no discussion. Shawty do that freaky shit. She do what I say so. Flip a cup of queso, then bring home a caseload. Sorry, mama, I know that you didn't want this life for me. Came up from below average to a bad bitch. Once I saw these niggas hating, I knew this was right for me. I ain't had shit, now a shawty living lavish.
Get close.
Hi. Like I was looking at the run of show. I was like, oh yes, it is my turn. And maybe this is my reporter drag is the end and I'm reporting on the events. Wow. But I just have to shout out to Flo because you're just so powerful, boo. And I always want to make sure that you know, like, yeah, how powerful you are, how influential you are to everybody around you, and in ways that I think are beyond my capacity to understand how much your magic has influenced this team, our community. Uh, it's beyond, like, you're such a genius. So I just have to shout out Flo for all the language that you have helped us build, all of this framework of soul sensitive care, and like our way we think about the nervous system and creativity has all been such a big contribution from your work. And you're just powerful. I'm just like, dang, to see how much you've grown and transformed is a pleasure and such an honor. And thank you for your work in this world and sharing yourself. So I'm here. Reporter Mimi is now here, just my alter ego that was birthed on the Summer Lovin show, to give a little events update on the upcoming events calendars we have going on. So as maybe some of you know, every Monday we gather in our Zoom sanctuary. But actually, we also have Them Powered's writing circles on the calendar, and those have been happening on Wednesdays. So the next upcoming event that we have before we meet again is going to be the writing circle this Wednesday with Them Powered, and that is for the Cancer new moon, I believe. Let me check. Yes, the Cancer new moon. That's at 9 a.m. Pacific. So head on over to withsoftpower.org/events to sign up and register to get your reminders. And also watch Summer Lovin. If we haven't convinced you yet, go to the live tab in our YouTube when you click our channel and watch Summer Lovin, because that show, it's 3 hours, but it will be very worth it. 3 hours to invest your time in. Whatever time you spend watching Netflix or any of the other streaming major services, spend time investing and putting your attention towards queer radical art today. And that concludes my spiel on the events calendar. And I am now going to guide us through a closing prayer. Usually read it off, but I'm kind of going to just channel something today. So if that inviting you to put your hands together to symbolize moving beyond the binary, we're uniting the wholeness of who we are beyond the constructs of left and right, of right and wrong, to close our space today, saying thank you to the spirits of creativity, care, connection, and change for stewarding us always to uplift and constantly remind us of our responsibility and accountability to our authenticity here in this lifetime. Calling upon the frequency of soft power to nourish us in remembering our unique frequency, and praying over all oppressed peoples everywhere, from undocumented folks to people facing genocide worldwide, to the land that we're on and all the land spirits, indigenous spirits that have always stewarded the land, to our healed and well ancestors who walk beside us, all the unseen spirits that walk beside us, that support us every single day, saying thank you and gratitude. To our movement ancestors who have walked before us, thank you. May you continue to empower us to show up, to use our voices to speak and share what needs to be shared in order for us to transform our lives, to be more generative for the liberation of all beings, to remember the frequency of love, and to know when we also need to act, where we need to grab the sword and cut through what needs to be shed. Thank you for your blessings today and every day. And so it is. Make it so. And I will hand it back over to Siobhan to ring us and give us the last transmission.
Thank you for that beautiful prayer, uplifting every word. Thank you to all who've joined us tonight. Thank you to the spirits that support us and brought us here. And a shout out to the space of belonging. Before we go, I'm going to put this invitation up here. If you receive something tonight and would like to give back to the Church of Soft Power, we are a lay-led church that is fully funded by the community in an early stage. And if you like to make big donations, we're tax deductible too. So that's our last statement there. And other than that, shall we post for the ancestors? Good night, everybody.